Hey guys, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. It is Thursday, April 28th, Cubicle Day. I bet so many people when the pandemic hit and got to work from home were so happy not to be in a cubicle. So, what am I wearing today, y'all? I love graphic tops. It says I'm an indoor cat. Got his coffee, his book, playing games, popcorn, drink, piece of pizza. It's my kind of cat. And this cardigan, so I'm going to start wearing my cardigans until I go through them and see if I like them. So this is a Isaac Mizrahi for QVC, and I love it. It's a little bit thicker, so I don't think I'd wear it in the summer. But yeah, I think it's kind of fun. My mom loved this color combination. She got it, but yeah, I think it's kind of, it's kind of cute. And it feels good. So it's a size 3X QVC, but it's interesting. I can wear 2X now, but this one's not super big like some of the 3Xs. So that just drives me crazy how inconsistent sizing is. But that is something, if you're plus size, you have dealt with your whole life. So what am I eating today, y'all? I did a vlog earlier, which I'm going to hook on the end of this, just so maybe people who do just want to see what I'm wearing and eating can watch that and not stay for the whole intimate conversation, if you will. And like I had a struggle. I did. I decided to have some coffee this morning because I was feeling like everyone was irritating me. But really, I only drink like half a cup. It's under a tablespoon of sugar and about, I don't know, a fourth of a cup of cream. And I'm gonna drink half of that. But I needed a little something. I did. And I realized this is about me sort of trying things and not on any, like this is the way and nothing else works. So I'm figuring that out. But yeah, I think it was too much, but eliminating sugar throughout the day is what I'm going to work on. But so I am, with the Weight Watchers points, it tells you stuff, but also what I think the biggest thing for me about it is thinking through stuff like, okay, so if I have toast, I put butter and jam, maybe I don't need the butter if I'm putting jam. It's just stuff like that. Portion size, right? Instead of like a big dollop of sour cream on something, let me measure it out and get an idea. That's good. That's enough. And then it lasts longer too in this world where, my gosh, prices have gone nuts. Using less is a good idea and it's just as satisfying. So it's kind of that experiment for me. Like I said, I'm not endorsing. Don't want to trigger anyone, whatever works for you. I'm literally, my stomach surgery saved my life, but it didn't heal my relationship with food. And that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And I think right now it's just really truly learning about portion control. Y'all, excuse me. And they probably do it now too. Back in the day with a nutritionist, you get these like globby little things like this is a hunk of this and this is this, and yeah, one was so obnoxious I wanted to shove it down your throat. But it is about that, right? And I think for me, I have a sort of blindness or don't really know that. I don't know. I mean, there's just something that doesn't work maybe the way it does for other people. So I'm just going to help guide myself and get a feeling. Instead of reaching in the best popcorn on the planet and eating, I'm just going to measure it, right? So I'm going to, 2 cups is like 2.3 points, something like that. But basically, now that's a heaping cup, y'all. I know that, but this, just has 0 sugar. So that is what I'm working on. I was so hungry last night. I ate this before bed. And normally I can't do that. But woof, I did not eat enough yesterday. I was too busy in my head wanting pizza. So today I know I really need to concentrate on eating some snacks up. So I have got my yummy tomatoes. And I still have some of the miso soup left, and I have to eat out my freezer because we're closing. So I had this sort of a quinoa bowl thing, a healthy bowl. So I think I might make that today. Maybe even putting my soup on it might make it taste better. And I'm gonna review it for you guys. So I'm gonna do that because I gotta be conscious of eating up everything. And I got myself, y'all, yummy. Ooh, look at that, you guys. Heaven. One of those expensive sumo thingies, I think, or I'm not even sure at this point. I'm gonna have some strawberries, which are perfect, and they have to be eaten by tomorrow. I think just bringing like a whole container is not good for me. There's that word good, but doesn't really work for me. And then I am gonna grab some grapes. So that's what that looks like. And then I actually have some kiwi. So I'm gonna put that, I don't know, my kiwis get super smushed, y'all. I'm not sure I could get this. Yeah, that's probably not good. I have this bag from Trader Joe's nuts. So this really has helped me. So, oh, look at this. I put it on my convection oven and it turned the chocolate weird. Anyway, that is my lunch thing. And the nuts are sort of a little bit of sugar for me. But I'm not the biggest nut person. I don't overeat them for whatever reason, unless they, I take it back, because if there is, in the new spring Jingle Jangle, they had these toffee covered peanuts. You got 3, so that was, you weren't overeating that, but yeah, those I could eat so from here till tomorrow. And actually the Trader Joe's, not Trader Joe's, Dollar Tree had some. Okay, so that's gonna be my snackies and my popcorn. So that should keep me filled up. I just need to really pay attention, as always, and not let today I don't like officially eat dinner till 5, but normally I eat lunch at 2, so it's just a strange day. So maybe I'll have some of my stuff at maybe fruit at 2 o'clock. And then sometimes in the car on the way home I'll eat it, just so I'm not walking in the house starving. Okay, you guys, so that is what I'm wearing. So if all of y'all who are just here for that, thank you so much. I appreciate you and all my new people. I love your comments. I haven't responded to all of them yet, but wow. I feel so supported. I'm so grateful and honored that you're sharing your story with me. And I just know you're heard. I do. I love you. I'm so sorry we all suffer silently, right? And that is soul destroying. And I think sharing, even in a format like this, I think it's an important format because you're still kind of anonymous, but there is an honesty and a depth to it. But you guys too, there's a lot of, therapy is interesting. I've had some bad therapists. I think one of my first therapists I had, it was maybe 22. I couldn't afford anything, so it was free, or I paid $5 or something. It was this older lady, and I really sort of was super honest, and she was devastated. She was so upset for me that I had to comfort her. So that didn't work. But that, that was my role, what kind of energy I attracted. But, there's free ones online. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Try to seek it out. If you can afford a good therapist, find one that's a good match for you. My final one that, I got a grief therapist when my mother died because I really knew I needed help moving through it. But my main therapist was a man. And of course, I have issues with men and fear of men. So it was perfect for me, truly. Scary and hard. And let me tell you, when we start talking about my breasts, wow, I can still feel the pain and the terror but he helped me love my breasts. Right? Oh my gosh, books should be written. But so yeah, that is it. And and say hi and introduce yourselves. And I hope you read other people's comments and comment. I just think it's such a great forum because we're all hurting. There's a lot of hurting. Even people who I think, lives are quote unquote what we would think, seem together. This time right now, people are hurting. And a lot of people don't even know they're hurting. They're so busy. Like, you're so busy, you don't know that you don't have a minute to breathe and that's not an accident, of course. But anyway, so I invite you here. I hope it's a safe place. I don't see why not. Anything negative, I'll just remove. I've been very fortunate. I haven't had any of that. I don't know why. I'm really meditating and putting the energy out to bring people, healing people, and people that, just need to say their story and have a little love back. So, but I wanted to share with you, this is the book. I love books, okay? I'm a bookworm from a long, long time ago. I have pictures of me as a kid sitting with books around me. But this is something I bought like at a book sale, a used library book sale. And it's an older book though. I think it's still definitely in print. And it might even be online. So if you, from 2011, if you join your library, and I think you can do it digitally right now. Brooklyn, here's the thing. I should do this one. Brooklyn Library has decided, now it's expensive, like digital, like in where I live, you can do it for free, but in all the neighboring places you can do for free. But let's say I wanted a card from Beverly Hills. I have to pay like $350 because I don't pay taxes there. So Brooklyn Library has decided to make their digital content free for kids and people who live in states that are banning books. How brilliant is that? So you can take advantage of that. Also, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to check it out. But I know this is either on Hoopla or Libby. I can't remember. But I want to share with you, I've read this book before a while ago. But sometimes what I'm doing now is just opening to a random page. And it's a little bit of a paragraph. So it's called Feeling It All. And it's under the chapter Emotional Resilience. Self-compassion helps lessen the hold of negative emotions, but it's important to remember that self-compassion does not push negative emotions away in an aversive manner, either. The point is often confused because our conventional wisdom tells us that we should accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. The problem, however, is that if you try to eliminate the negative, it's going to backfire. Mental or emotional resistance to pain merely exasperates suffering. And remember, she says suffering, because she talks about this early in the book, suffering equals pain times resistance. Our subconscious registers any attempt at avoidance or suppression so that what we are trying to avoid ends up being amplified. And how many times have you been told, just think good thoughts, right? And I think I've come to understand this. Pain is so important and is there to be a guide to let you know what's going on within yourself, that there's something you need to pay attention to. I'll tell you a story once. I was working in a bookstore, I was working all these crazy hours, right? And I had shoes on and I felt like something was in my foot, right? But I was too busy. I didn't have time to even take my shoe off. I got home that night and a tiny sliver of glass was in my heel and totally messed it up. So to me, that there was pain telling me, girl, sit down, take your shoe off, see what's going on. But I didn't, because I was in this crazy mode, manic mode of getting things done. So I think that's what pain is. And even like I've taken a lot of acting classes, and one of the things is what is dynamic in acting or scene is the trying not to cry, holding back tears, fighting them off. That's where the tension is, right? That's where the drama is. So think about that. So pain's here and we ignore it. We go, oh yeah, push it away, and it's coming back. It's not going anywhere. It's in our subconscious. It's almost like we are wired for this. So I think when you grieve and you lose someone, you're numb for a while, but then pain takes over. And that's why I went to a therapist, a counselor, to help me through. And I told her, I just need to get through this because the pain is so overwhelming. I don't want to get lost in it. And she really did help me. So that's it. It's not that pain, we can't avoid pain, but and suffering sometimes feels like we can't avoid it, but can't we? I mean, when I was grieving for my mother, I couldn't have in the first year and a half, 2 years, have done anything. I was suffering. The pain was so overwhelming. But as things change, it's like, do I hang on to the suffering because that honors my mother, or I feel whatever? But you try to move with it, lessen it. But I do think now I've learned that, and food was a great thing. Like, I was feeling pain, I ate food, it releases biology, it puts me in a zone, and and it alleviates it for that minute, but then, it comes on. Wherever's going in your life, you hit Amazon, you're looking, the box is coming. I know sometimes I don't even open the box, right? It really wasn't the point. So I love that suffering equals pain times resistance. Like, give into it, listen to it. And that's kind of like when I talk about these like hostage takers, aka Vivian girls in my head, I've ignored them my whole life. I've yelled at them, I've been mean to them, I pretend they're not there, and they haven't gone anywhere. I'm 57. They've been gaining momentum, but so have I. And so now I just let them have their say, and I listen, because there's some information there I need to break free or to do things differently. And I've starved myself, I've removed most of my stomach. I have done every single thing. And surgery saved my life. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what happened if I gotten diabetes, but it doesn't change your relationship with food. It can for some people, I guess. And with certain foods, it did. Like, I just don't eat them. I don't care about them. But overall, it does not heal your relationship with food. That's a separate thing to do. So starting to listen to this side of myself, I'm going to call them Vivian girls, because they're just, to me, like wild children, loose, right? Acting up, tearing things down, having tantrums, wanting pizza, want to stay up late, all that kind of stuff is there to be heard. And that, talk about, like losing your car keys in a parking lot, but searching for them in the grass where the light's better. Okay, you can do that all you want. You're not finding your keys, right? So that's my thoughts to share with you. I love doing that. All kinds of books, even when I don't feel like I have time to sit down and really, read or the focus, I just grab a chapter. And even fiction, it means something to you, right? So anyway, that is my sharing. And I hope you guys are good and we're taking care. Actually, I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Oh my God, the weather is cold here, but it's beautiful. So I am going to put the morning talking. Could not wait to get up and talk to you guys. That overrode anything else. So that's super, and this is something I'm giving myself, which fills my heart. So I'm going to cut that. And then I am having Trader Joe's today. Later on, all day long, my vlog took to post. I don't understand. I don't. But I'm going to try to do this and my Trader Joe's. So see what I got. And if I get some new stuff or their taste tests, I'm not giving up taste tests. There's no way, no how. I love that stuff and I love sharing it. So anyway, thank you guys. And those who are going to stick around, I'll see you in a second. Hey guys, good morning. It's Tracy. My channel is Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. Welcome. I am doing something a little different. It's not really a get ready with me like some people do, because I don't do much. I did comb my hair for y'all, brush my teeth, wash my face. I did my under eye, put a little blush on. I don't scare anyone. But I was so excited to wake up and talk to you guys. Your comments are so much, and I'm so glad you're sharing. And I hope everyone reads what people are writing, because we all are the same. You can change the circumstance, the detail, the age, this versus that, but it's all the same emotion. It's all this feeling of, I don't matter, or, I don't deserve. And, some people have worked hard and, I think growing up, aging is the best thing, because I never thought in my entire life I could care so little truly about people think. Now, I have loved ones and people in my life that matter, that would affect me. But I can even remember being young and like being at a restaurant, and if I didn't engage with the waiter or make them laugh or get their attention, like something was wrong. I mean, it was that bad, really, truly. And I love connecting with people, but I don't feel like my life it didn't improve my self-esteem, right? I mean, and what people think of me. But all this is leading to number one, I had a terrible day. Very hard day. Not a terrible day. I'm not in the Ukraine, right? But it was a tough day. And I really felt like I was detoxing from sugar. Hence, I am having a cup of coffee with a little sugar, like less than a tablespoon. Now I'm going to digress. Back in the day, which is what truly made me put weight on, I would have 3 large Cokes from McDonald's with extra ice. Because, I'm sorry, McDonald's Coke is the best on the planet. And I have read before that they have a special agreement with Coca-Cola. They have a different formula. And you can taste it. When I had my surgery, I gave it up. Because, one, I didn't want it anymore. I don't like the taste of it. Like, I occasionally have a little Sprite, but nothing like I did. And that was my surgery. And I would have 5 to 6 tablespoons, y'all, of sugar in my coffee. Basically, I would have sugared cream with a little dab of coffee. So for me to have like under a tablespoon and a little bit of cream, I've come far. And I really do want to get to that point. I'm going to try a couple of different sugar substitutes and see if there's anything that I don't hate or doesn't make me feel bad. But I was a little hangry, a little irritated by people yesterday. And we are, and that was about me, not the people. I've learned, thank gosh, as you age too, you learn that maybe when every single person irritates you, it's about you, right? But we're packing, like I said, we're closing down where I work. We're packing up and there's commotion everywhere. And I'm having to make all these decisions about what to get rid of. And my brain is just like, well, if I did this and I kept this, maybe I could, and it's just like, whoa. So there's this. I don't know where I'm going to be reassigned, and that's very upsetting because I'm literally 5 minutes away from Angela, which gives me all kinds of flexibility to pop in for 10 minutes, and if she's sleeping or, just drop something off or just look at her, sit with her and hold her hand for 10 minutes. So there's one place that if I get reassigned that's not far, it would be almost as good as where I'm at now. And I've asked for it, but we'll see. But it just is adding anxiety to me. So yeah. And, but this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to hear the messages. I wanted to pay attention to the feelings. So my miso soup was awesome. It was interesting. My hostage takers, aka now the Vivian girls, were wild, and they're like, "Look, let's just have a piece of pizza. You are going through the worst thing here. You're physically tired. You're working. This pizza is gonna fly through. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just go get a pizza because there's a place near us that sells it by the slice." And I'm like, "Huh? Well, that sounds like a really great idea. But how about this? How about we stick to what we have? We have all kinds of choices. We can have our popcorn. We have all kinds of yummy fruit." We have some chicken. If we feel like we want chicken, we still haven't finished all our broth. Why don't we plan on Friday on my day off going to the Outback? I was thinking, where did going to the Outback come in from a slice of pizza? But I love the Outback. I love steak and I don't make it well. So honestly, since my mom and I would get it, I would say 4 times a year. I would just pick it up on my way home. But I'm thinking, okay, well, right now and I'm going to have a talk about this too. Right now, you have a doctor's appointment coming up. You're going to have blood work. Do you really want to put all that, like, butter? Yeah, I kind of do. But listening, right? Instead of just immediately going and getting the pizza, I get to hear all this going on. And I did pretty decently on my drink, but I probably did closer to 60 ounces, though, my guideline, my dream was 80, I didn't fail because I didn't drink 80 nonsense. It's always floating around. And maybe I need to have a little iced tea in the afternoon. And I'm going to think it out. All this for me now is like figuring out what works for me, what doesn't work for me, kind of surfing with the waves, y'all. That big old wave comes and you try to get on your surfboard. Sometimes you don't. You're tumbled down. Even the best surfer in the world ends up. Just try to go. I did go outside and take some breathing moments when I was really getting irritated. And so, yeah, it's about listening. It's about like, wow, not judging and just like, wow, you want to go to the Outback? How do we get to the Outback? I mean, it's fascinating to me. And just like be curious about myself instead of judgmental, right? That I think is the biggest change. But I want to share with you. So I got on the scale this morning. And you know how when you're starting to lose weight and you're on the scale all the time, but when you're putting on weight, you are never on the scale. So I'm really trying to control that. But I noticed this, well, see the word control. I'm really trying to let that go. But I am noticing that I'm wanting to be on the scale. So I am at 238.9. I have not been that. I can't even tell you. And it's on some levels, it's a miracle. I never thought I would get there. But just think about when like people say, "Hey, you look great. Have you lost weight?" Like, oh, and my poor brother, it's awkward enough, but he's always like, "Hey, have you lost weight? You look great." And I'm like, really, what do we say? It's like, what was I so horrible and ugly before I lost these 2 pounds? I get it. People, I don't even know. It's just ingrained. It's like saying, have a great day when nobody really cares or thinks about it, right? I changed to take care, because I just think that's nicer. You just in a sucky day, you're not going to have a great day, or you're not going to have a good day, but you can always take care of yourself. But you know what I mean? Like, what do y'all think about that? Yeah, like if you see someone, I remember someone who I saw maybe a month ago hadn't seen me probably since I had surgery. And she was so like pleased for me. She was like, wow, you look amazing. And it really wasn't like you were so ugly before. She's like, I'm so happy for your health. But I get it, I get it. I feel better when I look better. I mean, it's all like this. It's like you can't go in and just slice something out. It's just like this. So it's just thinking about that. To get to my goal of 220 was a fantasy. And here I am, But I also know that now the saboteurs, like there's something about my light shining too bright, because when you exercise, you eat well, you take care of yourself. You do. It's a different energy. I come in contact with a lot of people and you can just tell the difference. You can feel it, right? And I always thought I want to be someone who shines with health. And not even, I don't know. I think I'm so thankful for you guys. I can just be awkward and stumble through, and I'm appreciating your sharing so much. Honestly, this is a dream. I really, when I started YouTube, it was really, Dollar Tree, Dollar Heart, because I liked all that. And I love the Dollar Tree, 100%. And I love watching people's hauls. It's just that can't be it for me. And I can remember being scared, like, well, I can't, is my channel not going to work? And it's evolved into this, and I'm so thankful. And just because of you guys, because of the support and questions and wanting to know things and responding, sharing. And I hope you guys really do read the other comments with people who are struggling and who need support, and maybe comment to each other, because it's some tough shit going on out there. But so yeah, this whole thing about, wow, and I'm going to get it because I'm going to lose some weight. And I remember one woman told me, I've kind of known for a while, and she said, I was telling her, she could obviously see I'd lost weight, and she said, I'm just going to tell you. She said, I'm happy for your health, but you were always beautiful to me. I always look forward to what you were wearing and having a conversation with you. So really, I'm just happy that you're going to be healthier. And that's rare, y'all. That is so rare. But people also don't really care. They're like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, say, have a good day. So it's interesting. I've tried to give my brother a break because he's awkward. He doesn't know what to say. I'm like, well, just say, hey, girl, it's good to see you. You wouldn't say that, but just like, oh, did you get your hair cut? Your hair looks great. Like, what do you mean? Why does it have to be bad? Look. Well, God, you seem really intelligent today. So I thank God for my sense of humor. Honestly, it's the greatest gift God gave me, and my father gave me, and my mother and brother inspired me to get through all their nonsense. So this is not about torturing myself or others around me. So I thought, okay, this is a little hard without my coffee in the morning. I thought, let's just start letting us have some coffee, and then let's work on, planning our food and having what I need to grab. And that's the key. Because if I didn't have other stuff to grab, I would have been grabbing stuff I didn't need, or I would have walked over to our little place and gotten something. And I didn't. And it's a day at a time. Not that that would make me awful or terrible. And that's the thinking, y'all. That is going to take me time to get out of. I realize that. But to be, it is shocking to me, really, that it's all about loving yourself and being gentle with yourself when you're not keeping your promises to yourself, when you're not doing what you said you would do. Because it is easy at night when your tummy's full and, you're in your bed reading a book, eating a piece of candy, that tomorrow you're going to exercise, you're going to drink all your water, you're going to eat healthy food. Man, is it easy to say. Easy to say. And then you get up and that's not how your day's going. And then you feel shitty, not just from what you're consuming, but because this is not what you planned, and you feel like you're letting yourself down and society for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I've grown out of that, but yeah, I just, you guys make me think, and I love this. So I hope you guys examine that, and please go to the doctor. Do not, no, the doctor, whether you weigh whatever, you're 10 pounds heavier, 50, 100, does not impact the doctor, right? And yeah, they have things they need to say. And some are carrying an understanding of the struggle. Some don't get it. And then those are the doctors you get rid of, and you find someone who understands. Don't give me medical advice about my cancer when you're a toe doctor, right? And there's a lot of phobia about this and a lot of judgment. And, this idea, I've been told my whole life, eat less, exercise more. That doesn't work. When you exercise, you need to eat more. And even now, a lot of the programs add more points or more calories when you work out, because it puts your body, if you don't, your body gets upset and starts hanging on to every little thing you put in it. So the biology behind it is fascinating too. And it's shocking how we have not evolved, really. So yeah, that's just some thoughts I'm having. And I haven't gotten through all the comments yet because my cat insisted that I get out of bed and feed her. And I would love to be getting up at 6:30. But I'm not going to judge myself or be mean to myself because I don't. I'm not. Going through a lot right now, and maybe that's unrealistic. And that's what I need to let go of. That's the unrealistic thought. But I have to share this too. Like I guess I was like towards waking up, and I'm thinking about, what do I need to do today? What do I need to do tomorrow? What am I going to do Monday? And I literally all of a sudden had a vision of like a thick forest, like in the Amazon, back in the day before they tore it down, but thick, and monkeys. I can't really see them, but I can feel them just going crazy. I'm like, wow, that's your brain. That's your brain. That is you seeing what your brain is like. Really? Take a breath. No wonder my anxiety is crazy. And I try to visualize a lake and just a few ducks just quietly just gliding, and I'm on the dock, and I think I held that 3 or 4 minutes. So again, like I said, my niece gave me the Calm app, and I'm just going to sit down and figure out how to do it with the code and all that, because I know I need to bring more of that to my life. Like yesterday when I went out, it was kind of cold and refreshing, and the energy right now around me at work is a lot. There's probably other people who don't even feel it. I mean, but for me, is a lot. And people asking questions, you want this, you want that. And I'm wanting to take stuff to the food bank because I don't want crap in the landfill. And the food bank lady, Jo is her name. And she's great. And she always says, I'll figure it out. Let me throw it out or get it in the hands of the right people. So there's tons of stuff. I have to show you this hand that they might, this hand is sitting on my desk and someone says, that's for the food bank. And I'm just thinking, am I breaking his hand? Who wants his hand? But it would be an awesome white elephant gift if I ever see, that's my brain trying to, because this is the strangest thing, but I feel bad for things. I'm going to blame Walt Disney. Yes, I am. I feel bad. Like I may have to do a vlog or a little haul on all the ugliest things I have and kept because I feel bad for them. But what I do, and even like when I would go thrifting, honestly, I don't know if any of you can relate, but this is my truth. When I would go thrifting and something was broken, I felt like, I should buy it. No one's going to buy it. Or I would put a group of things together and say, hey, here's your friends. Or like, you're going to go to a really good home. It is, I don't know. I mean, that's taken empathy to another level. But I have to say this about my niece when she was younger. And this is what kind of started me thinking about it. She was probably 5. We were doing art. And her glue stick ran out. Someone to put it in the trash. She's like, no, let's keep it. It will hurt its feelings. And that is 100% me. Isn't that funny? And I don't remember ever doing that in front of her. I don't know, but is it genetic? I don't know. Is it just severe empathy? So you can imagine how I feel. Like there was something terrible. I've been laying off Instagram. I want to start posting more, but you can scramble across something that can just ruin my day. I mean, just heart-wrenching stuff about, I don't want to see one thing about an animal being hurt. I can't even say about these chicks. I can't anyway. I have to let that go so I need to be super careful about as well as social media is definitely an outlet for me and wonderful. I just have to be careful what I consume. It's not just your food, right? It's what TV, what maybe books you read, what gossip you hear, like how do you interact with other people? So I'm trying not to be negative because detoxing for me or going through this process of shedding something, I can be super negative. Like, yeah, who do they think they are? Or, oh my God, did you see what they did? And I don't want to do that because it's all about me. Literally every word you speak about someone else is how you feel about yourself and it comes right back. So I'm reminding myself gently to listen. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to how it makes me feel. Listen to what my brain is saying. I am not holding myself and beaming to myself from my thoughts, right? I'm not. That's ridiculous. But when it leaves my mouth, then that's something else, right? And I try to laugh at myself when I come up with something. I'll tell you a story. My friend Mimi, who I lost in April, actually it's been a year now. And she is one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life and super fast and sarcastic and like you'll be feeling a sting and you won't even know what happened. And I could keep up with her. We had that in common, though I was nowhere near as vicious as she was. But somewhere along this line, she accepted Jesus in her heart. And, when you're dying, you're looking, right? And we've always had a belief and we've always kind of skirted around it. And we used to joke about the baby Jesus and it make my mother crazy. She goes, that's terrible. Don't joke about the baby Jesus. And I'm like, Mom, come on. If God doesn't have a sense of humor, who does? But Mimi and I always knew that there was a relationship. There was a craving for something, an understanding. So, but Mimi, after she accepted and she got baptized, one regret I have, of course it's COVID. You can't, but I wish I had been there when she got baptized. It was a big deal for her. But one day we were talking and she's like, do you think God is mad with us? I might have said this before in another one, but maybe when I was talking about Mimi. But do you think God is mad at us? I said, why would be God mad at me? Why do you think God's mad at you? She goes, well, you know how we kind of make fun of people and we're kind of vicious? I said, well, number one, Mimi, you're like vicious. I'm not vicious, okay? I said, but I said, you know what? You're forgiven, I mean, you do the best you can. And I think it's okay. And ask for forgiveness. We never truly meant harm. We really, I could be delusional, didn't do it where anyone else heard or would feel it. I hope. I don't know. Energy's energy. So but I said, I think we're good. And I can remember times when I would try not to do it. Mimi's like, I remember a time I was like, I'd had my surgery. I couldn't eat anything. I wasn't drinking. And she's like, well, what fun are you? Now you're not talking about people. So you got to have some humor, y'all. So anyway, my cat is back. Let me see if I can show you Clara. She's mad. Hey, Claire. They like to see you, boo-boo. Come here. That's my girlfriend. Hi. She wants to, we haven't played yet. And so here's my brain, y'all. It's 8:30. I need to leave by, well, I don't have to. I need to leave by 11 to be work on time. But I want to get my car washed because there's a miracle occurring. It's empty. It's empty. This is a once every 5-year occurrence. But I brought a whole bunch of stuff for the food bank and been dealing with stuff. So I thought this is a perfect time to get it. Really, the inside is what matters to me. And I've been neglectful of stuff, so I need to clean it. So I thought, let's get it. And then I can just put in my car stuff for the food bank, and I have some books for a friend. So I want to go get it washed today. I don't want to do it on Friday. It's always busy on a Friday. So I'm going to give myself a half hour for that and maybe 35 minutes. And then I need to play with my girl. I need to get some breakfast. I'm thinking for lunch today, that miso soup is good, but it's not sweet. And my body was like, whoa. But that takes time, right, y'all? That takes time. And Claire had said she puts edamame. I can never say that word. Edamame? You know what I mean. There's little green things frozen from Trader Joe's. So for me, sometimes a soup is the best way to have veggies. I don't know how do you guys have veggies? Because it's just easier to eat them. It's you don't really have to cook them. If I don't make broccoli right, it doesn't really, if it's mushy, I don't like it. So I think soup, I'm going to try some different kinds of soups. I love just dropping in those dumplings. But now I bought a rotisserie chicken. I have some of that today. I have about a half, well, not a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of taco meat. So really also want to eat up stuff. So I want to finish up my broth today. And, oh no, I have pizza. Thursdays, every Friday payday, I would go out, well, my friends, when there was a lot of people I worked with that became friends, we would eat out a lot. But then they left, and so I would do it on my Friday off. On my Friday payday, which is not tomorrow. And now, because of the pandemic and health and all that, I'm just trying not to do it. Make it a special occasion. So I don't want to eat out tomorrow. I'll be running errands. So maybe I'll save my taco meat for lunch tomorrow and have a taco salad. What do you guys do? Do you plan your food? I love watching these food prepper people. And I know if you have kids and you want to have any kind of order, you have to do that. But do you guys plan that morning what you're going to eat? You kind of plan for the week and you can have this or that, or you have options, or you like me, you're just hungry and you start scrounging, and that's how you kind of eat stuff that you maybe didn't want to eat, but you brought it in your house, so it's there. I'm still going to eat all my Trader Joe stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to think about what I have time for. Maybe I will have a cup of that famous Trader Joe's Mandarin chicken. It's definitely sweeter, but that might be the key as I ease into this. I want to be that person who has a bite of sugar and like, ew, yuck, that's way too sweet. Or these people get 1/4 of a donut. Come on, you're going to have 1/4 of a donut? Really? And I have to admit, hey baby, I have 3 donuts right now. The place, somewhere they had the cake donuts. Those are my favorite. But I'm going to try to shrink wrap them. But I love a donut. And, but wow. Point wise on Weight Watchers, y'all, that's it. That's it for your day. You have a donut and then water. Or, I guess if you had that donut and you had just all free food the day, then you can do it. But I don't want to eat the donut because I'm upset. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. I am going to post what I am going to wear. I'm enjoying doing that. And I have all these cardigans, a lot. So I think what I might do is, instead of sitting and going through them with you all, I'm going to grab the heavier ones. And I'm just going to wear one a day. and see what you guys think and see how I feel. It really has been nice wearing these clothes that I never seem to wear. I guess I had my mind they didn't fit, so therefore I never grabbed them. And now with this Quest, I love that top yesterday. It's a little big, so I think if I'm really, when I lose 8 pounds, I'm going to let it go, because there's going to be somebody who's that size who's going to love it. But right now, I feel good in it. It's just, I love bright, colorful clothes. It's just, you know, and I love blue. I love plain blue. Like, well, this is a purple. So it's just fun to try different things. Okay. So yeah, tough day yesterday. And thank you guys. I had so much fun and heartfelt comments and sharing. And we really, truly aren't alone. And I hate that we all feel alone. And the pandemic has pushed people. And I think it's so much worse than people imagine. I really do. Because there's a year really where we really weren't around people. I mean, I worked, so there's a certain amount of people I was around, and that probably helped me, but I don't know. I miss going to restaurants. Not that I ate out all the time, but it's fun to meet someone. It's just, yeah. And I have a friend who's happy never to leave her house again. So we're all so different, but yeah. Okay, well, I just love talking to you guys. It's very hard to let go, but I am going to show what I wore. Maybe I'll show if whatever I'm going to drag for lunch. And I want to make something for Angela. I'm going to do a cooking video. I think I might do that TikTok pasta again. It is so good. But I want to make like a half portion, you know, make like half a block or a fourth of a block. I want to figure out how can I make that for a couple servings for myself if I'm not going to see my friend Beverly, because she loves it too, and I share it with her. I think she's making it right now. So if I see her this weekend, she'll probably give me some. So maybe I'll push it back. But yeah, and any ideas of good soups or, so I know what I was going to say. So I have rotisserie chicken. I don't really like dark meat. Like I don't mind a leg, but I wouldn't sit down and, oh my God, eat a thigh. But I'm going to pull it and then I can eat it like that. And I have fresh broccoli from the Joe's. So I'm going to do a stir fry tomorrow night for dinner. I'm just not sure the sauce, right? A lot of sauces are super sugary. I have a stir fry sauce, so I guess I'll look at it. I need to use it up or try it. Maybe I'll do that and see point-wise. It's just, you know, I'm using these points to give myself a feeling for. And also I have a Fitbit and I have a free year membership and you can keep track of stuff there. They do calories, but they also have recipes and all kinds of good stuff, and you know, count my points, my steps. I did really good yesterday. I think I did 12,000. So yeah. But most of my wearing my Fitbit, I did 6,000, maybe 7. Never really, because there's a thing that shows you, you know, you've been over 7,000 so many days, and that never happened. And now I'm over 10,000 a day, most days. Not my day is off, and I don't worry about it. I'm not gonna force myself to march around other than take a nice, refreshing walk. Okay, guys, I will hook up what I'm wearing and what I'm eating at the end. I appreciate it. And those of you who are here, I mean, I know I'm losing people, and that's okay. I mean, actually, I'm gaining people. But, you know, I know some people watch for 2 minutes and let it go. Well, that's not for them, right? This is not for them. And, you know, but if one person has felt heard and understood and not alone, that helps me so much. It makes me, you know, all the suffering we've done, especially as a child, you know, and I know a lot of us had hard childhoods. Tough childhoods. And yeah, I had fun childhood too. So they're complicated, right? Like I was loved deeply by my family, by my parents, yet they were deeply flawed, like we all are, and made really bad decisions, had bad decision-making skills, to say the least, did not put me first. And, but yet it's complicated, right? Because I miss my mother so much. And she really is the voice of, like, I would do something, she goes, well, what about that? It was never like, great job, Tracy, awesome, wow. What are you thinking about next? And it was like, what are you gonna do that? You didn't do this. That was just my mother. And I guess that's how I don't know. I mean, I didn't know my grandmother well. I just adored my grandmother because she adored me thoroughly and still does. And she's been my guiding love. But I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? And my mom grew up in a little town. Second, I don't want to let y'all go. My mom grew up in a little farming town and was beautiful and was, I don't know if any of my, I think a few relatives might watch this. I'm not sure. They don't comment. Thank you very much. Comment, likes. I think she was like a shining star and really spoiled. And these two older, like farming from Norway, well, they weren't, they were first generation Norwegians, but I did not know what the hell to think or do with my mother. Honestly, she was a spirit. She was really something else. And, and I think I rejected a lot in my life because I could not compare to her. I'm not saying, I'm not attractive or whatever, but our personalities were the same. So she had an insanely good personality and just loved people. And that I think I get that from her. My dad was like that too. But we used to, when we worked downtown at the Capitol, United States Capitol, and we would be in Union Station waiting for a train. And we would be sitting there and it'd be crazy busy. And I would make up stories for her of, and then I'd say, okay, now Mom, you say something. And she's like, oh, that you do that. I don't do that. But she was such a good cook and, she wasn't super handy, that kind of thing. But I have some ornaments she made when I was a kid. But anyway, she was the star of this town, I'm sure. I can only imagine these grandparents. But she loved her parents. Her first job, she saved money to buy them a television. So she's such a good person, but really what a mess. And I think since she's died, we've healed and we've forgiven each other both. And I feel I have felt her asking for forgiveness. And I have asked forgiveness I took so much for granted, really. But I do believe after you can still appreciate what people have done for you. I really do. I don't think time is the way we know it. I think that's man-made. I think it's more fluid than that. So, yeah, I miss my mom terribly. It's hard. And I know those of you who've shared who recently lost their mom, or anyone who's lost their mom. I probably even too, if you didn't have a good relationship with her, maybe, there's still a loss of maybe what that relationship could have evolved into eventually. But, yeah. And I think I've always found people who are kind of mothering to me in a way that I needed that my mother couldn't do. And my mom became much more of a traditional mother in her 60s when she kind of retired. And I don't know, I think she shifted out of her own sexuality into a different phase of her life. And it was different. And what a great grandmother. Oh my God, a great, great grandmother. So, yeah, I don't know, but I know my heart hurts for everyone and that have children you've lost and are suffering. I don't understand the world. That's all I can say. There's no explanation. I mean, nothing makes sense, right? And we're born to lose people we love and suffer. So that's, and I know people believe in the Bible and that, and all that. And I really envy people who are so certain in their faith. And but I have faith. I have to have faith because I don't know how you go day by day, but I question a lot of this. And I can't wait one day. I do believe in afterlife. I can't wait though one day to have this explained to me. Right? It's just so strange. But I've been really talking to God and my angels, and maybe I'll turn this around and show you my little altar. So that is my altar. So I got all my smudging stuff. I got Frida, who represents creativity even in the worst of situations, and a book on self-compassion I'm reading, my journal where I just write out stream of consciousness, a little picture of me as a little girl. And in that box, there's certain things I'm working on and some affirmations. And I put my jewelry and my ring there at night to have it sort of blessed. So yeah, and my crystal. Hold on, let me show you my crystal. I'm getting sunlight. So sometimes I hold that when I meditate. I want to get more into that. Beverly and I'm sorry. Now see, I touched it. It's going to be messy. Beverly and I, we swim all summer. Gosh, y'all. This is annoying. I got to learn better. I don't know why it's doing it, but now it won't even stay straight. Okay. But Beverly and I, swam all summer, so we don't have that option, and I don't want to go to a public pool because, yeah. But I think I want to try some different spiritual things. We're in an area, there's so much stuff, maybe go to meditation or different kind of new agey churches, or I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm going to have to investigate that. And, I know there's some, places you can do, like walk a labyrinth and, stuff like that. So I think that's what, and we can go take hikes or just go out in nature and walk. We got to replace our swimming somehow. And yeah, maybe take yoga classes, stuff like that. So, I've realized that that's my thought process set, and I didn't hold myself accountable. Let's say I don't do that. And you're like, you loser, you said you're going to do yoga. No, I was exploring the idea of doing yoga. I'm exploring ideas. So, and even if I did choose to do it and didn't do it, then that's, gonna love myself even that much more. So that's what I wish for you, to love yourself fiercely today, no matter what. Forgive yourself. You're doing your best. Whether that, and don't compare yourself to anyone. I mean, if you could do better, you would do better. I mean, it's just, I think the key is loving yourself no matter what. And I think that's where the freedom is. But being I'm not saying go and hug yourself in the bathroom, but why not, right? I mean, but just to say, hey, I love you. Gosh, just do it. How about this? What you would want to say to me, because you guys are awesome. You really are. And I feel your love for me, and I feel your empathy and your compassion. So what you would, if you met me and wanted to hug me and talk to me and express things you feel about me, do it to yourself today. Or anyone, if there's someone who you just want to hug and love and you just can't, you want them to feel better, and you just say the most loveliest things, and you meet them, you see something in them that they can't see in themselves. And that's what's happening to me. I'm really getting past that. Stop it. You don't mean that, because I've never really truly 100% felt it, and it feels weird. So it feels like, I used to think people are just lying. Well, people are trying to be nice, right? Or people say, hey, your hair looks good. And I think, well, are your glasses need adjusting? And I need to move away from that. I am, because that's not serving me. But do that. Like, if it's not me, but I know a lot of you, and I want to hug you and just think, my gosh. So do that. That's a great goal, right? I'm going to work on that today. That would be a revolution. So let's have a revolution, y'all. Anyway, I'll be back with the more mundane stuff.